going on YouTube? Trucking in Life here. One more time, guys. Guys and girls and girls and girls. Yeah. Anyway, guys, today's video is going to be about the reasons why carriers lose owner operators or lease drivers or whatever. How you guys want to cut the cheese. These are some of the reasons why they lose a lot of guys, because a lot of carriers, I don't think some of them don't care. I realize, I've grown to understand some of them just don't care. And they'll get another, so many owner operators out here looking for work, they don't care. They're like, I'll get another guy. Because I've seen some companies lose some really good drivers, owner operators, because of some of these reasons I'm gonna name on here. And this video right here was prompted because of, I hear, like I say, people want to be owner operators, they try to get information about it. And I'm trying my best, to the best of my ability, to put this information out here. So in case any of you guys out there want to do any of this type of stuff, whether it's container, owner operator, just be a truck driver, period, you be well equipped. You know what I'm saying? You'll have some type of knowledge what you're getting into. And first of all, before I go any further, shout out to all the subscribers that I run into out here in these streets. Guys, I'm telling you, every time your boy finna walk away, y'all show up. And I told myself this too, guys. Long as one person keep watching these videos, I'm gonna keep pumping it out. But the day my videos get 0 views, I'm out. They got it. But I keep running into you guys in the streets. So shout out to all you subscribers that rock with me. Hopefully I'm adding value to all you guys' lives as far as like giving y'all information, know how y'all can use in a real world setting. You know what I'm saying? Not some old YouTube stuff. I'm not a YouTube trucker. That's for the people in the back. But anyway, these are some things, guys, that run owner operators away or lease drivers away from the carriers. One reason is bad dispatching, poor dispatching, horrible dispatching. Dispatchers, I'm gonna do some little subs on this one. Dispatchers. What you do and what you don't do, that is the question. They had nothing to do with the video, guys. They had nothing to do with the video. I don't know where I was going with that. But I'll say this right here. Dispatchers, if your dispatching is horrible, you can make that driver or that owner operator lose money and lose time. You can make their day way worse than it had to be because of poor dispatching. Remember one time I had this dispatcher, and every time I called him on the phone, you know how the keyboard sound when you type it on the computer, make you sound like you call one of them call centers and you hear the keyboard in the background, like you hear the phone ringing. That's what I heard every time I called this guy. And I'm like, man, at a glance, hearing all this background chatter, the little phone conversations, I'm hearing you on the computer picking away at something, whatever you're doing. I said, it sounds like you know what you're doing, man, but according to my route to my dispatcher here, you don't know what you're doing. So I'm a bit confused. So I told the guy, I said, hey, man, if you need me to help guide some dispatching on this, I'm willing to help, because make my job, make it easier, make your job easier. We can work with each other. Some people they just so stuck in their ways. I'm right. Yeah, you right, but I'm losing money because you want to be right. That right there make guys leave companies. There was this one company I was with. These guys' communication was so bad. I promise. He said every time I sent them a message, it seemed like the aliens got the message, because these guys didn't respond. This one company I was with, I was gone. I quit that company 30 days before they realized I was gone. That's how bad the communication is. As far as they know, I was still at the customer waiting on them to give me, I had an issue with a box. They're trying to give me another load because something was wrong with the trade I was getting. I gave them guys an hour and a half, 2 hours out there. Nobody responded. They didn't answer calls. They didn't answer the messages. I just left. 30 days later, because at that moment I made my mind up, I'm quitting anyway, because it was like downhill from, that company was no good. 30 days later, they knew I quit because I turned in all their equipment, they box, they tablet. It took me 30 days because I had stuff going on and I didn't get around to it. They still email me to this day telling me, hey, you gearing up for the busy season? You gearing up? I'm not even with you guys no more. Bad communication. Because you out there in the field and dispatch say, hold, stand by, sit tight. And that 5 minutes, that 10 minutes you taking could cause them to sit in more traffic than they want if you just get back to them efficiently or to communicate. Communication is key. But anyway, that's about dispatching. So bad dispatching with the subcategories of horrible communication. I ain't gonna talk about the lying. They lie a lot. Not all of them, but a lot of them lie. Unnecessarily lies too. They lie about stuff they don't even have to lie about. I'm like, dude, if you just be honest with me, we can work together. But no, whatever. So bad dispatchers. So this for carriers too. If you got some bad dispatchers in your team, you're gonna lose a lot of drivers. You're gonna lose some good drivers because I know you want to delegate. You want the dispatcher to do the business, want to get that dispatcher to do the work and all that stuff, but you losing a lot of guys because of your dispatcher. You don't even know it because you up top. And I get it. You want to be up top so you don't have to stuff don't reach you. But do every now and then do an inventory of your dispatchers and quality control of your dispatchers. I just say that. I almost guarantee you got a couple of bad apples in there. Pocket watching. I've learned over my decade or so of being an operator and leasing on to carriers, different carriers. I've seen this. I told myself one year, I was like, you know what? I'm finna go crazy, man. I'm finna go crazy with everything. I'm finna just run like a madman with a method though. I'm gonna have a method to it. And man, it didn't turn out the way I thought. You know what I'm saying? It didn't turn out nothing like I thought. Not because the truck was breaking down, because actually, man, that year, the breakdowns wasn't that many that year. But that year was one of the lowest income years I ever had as an owner operator. Cause there was pocket watching. They was like taking it. It's like I do good Monday, Tuesday to Wednesday. They'll slow me down Thursday or Friday. Or they'll slow me down Monday and Tuesday, or they'll speed me up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Or you be going real good that week and they say, oh, we got no more work. Now, so the other guys, that's like they don't even know the dispatcher I got. They probably got some other RAM person working with the same company, and they like, oh, we busy over here. I'm busy right here. Pocket watching. A lot of carriers pocket watch on operators. It's like a cap. It's like an invisible ceiling. So you can run, you can make decent money, but sometimes it depends on who that middleman is too. That middleman get in there and start messing with them buttons when they pertain to you. It's a ceiling. It's like an invisible ceiling. So pocket watching is real big when you leasing on the carriers. You trying to figure it out day to day, month to month, year, whatever, quarter to quarter. They already got a good idea what your truck gonna make for that year anyway. So whether the truck break down or whether it's running or not, this what they got for you. So that's one downside that I see a lot will make a lot of guys bail out. If you got a runner and he's running, man, no favoritism, which I'm gonna get to a point in the video in a minute. Let that person run. Why are you holding that guy back or the woman back? Why are you holding them back? That's the part that I never understood that. And then they call you, oh, we got extra work. Extra work where? You cutting me off during the week. Because what happens is sometimes they want you to work the weekend, so they'll starve you during the week, so you want to make up your money, so you come out and get more guys to work. It's so many games with this. Another reason, which I just touched on briefly in the last point, was favoritism. I was with this company where this dispatcher was dating one of the driver's brothers. It was a female dispatcher. So she was dating the driver's brother. Or something like that. Anyway, she knew him. She was related to him some way. So what she did was she was having favoritism with that driver because they all knew each other. And so it wasn't just me, it was a couple guys. We'll come say, hey, what's going on with the work? What's happening? It got so bad where they lost a major contract because she was having favoritism over the driver so much where he couldn't handle the work. So all of us on bone dry, this guy can't handle the work. So now they lost the contract. She ended up quitting. They ended up going to another company doing it together, probably doing the same thing over there too. That's what I'm saying, favoritism. And that's just a small level. The big level is like, favoritism is like when it's according to the pocket watching too, because some guys, they get pocket watch more than others. And so they got favorites. Like, you got the planners and you got the dispatchers, you got driver managers. They all like, some of them cooler with other people than they cool with you. And sometimes this stuff ain't got nothing to do with you. I mean, one time the dispatcher told me I look like somebody they knew before. But anyway, I know one thing, the guy didn't care for me too much, and I ain't did nothing to the guy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't done to him, I'm just coming to work. I tell any company before I come to work, I'm just coming to work. This ain't personal, man. Y'all taking it personal for whatever reason. Y'all just, whatever, man. Anyway, so favoritism. Favoritism, it happens a lot, because you probably ain't butt kissing. You probably running, doing everything. Another thing, too, to get you on a ish list is if you do some work that just don't make sense and you totally losing all the way around the board. I'm gonna give you an example. Dispatcher may say to you, hey, I need you to run this run right here for me. I need to cover it, blah, blah, blah. I look out for you tomorrow, or I look out for you later on today, right? So you're like, okay, man, make sure you look out for me now. I'm gonna do this, but make sure you look out for me. Because it's business. You know what I'm saying? You ain't out there for free, because when your truck go to the shop, you can't grab the dispatcher by the collar. Hey, you, come here. Come pay this bill. So you gotta make it count while you out there, right? So you do the run, next day come, they get amnesia. I don't know what you're talking about, or you don't hear from them, or they just go away. They try to email them or text them, and they ain't responding. You know what I'm saying? They wait till a couple days, they start replying back to you. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? You all right? Anyway, so you start saying no to stuff like that because you got screwed so much. All of a sudden, they like, oh, you don't want to do what I say? Or they go, I'm gonna sit you for a minute. All of a sudden, we ain't got no work. Oh, we ain't got no work now. The company may favor these guys more than they favor these guys, and they'll get more favorable work than these guys. Or they may get more sweeter work than these guys. That work they getting over here, they could do in 8 hours without even trying. This work over here, they got less work, but they're gonna take them 14 hours to do it because it's crappy work. And you define what crappy work is. I got videos talking about crappy work. But anyways, that's another way guys, like, they end up leaving, man. They can't take it, they're out of here. Another reason why owner-operators leave carriers is because they got too many company drivers. I was with this one company, as always. They start off with like a few company drivers. Then what they did was, this is how I found out about the play about you build your company up owner-operators first, and then you start bringing in-house drivers in. This is how I learned this. So anyway, we coming in, we all just trying to, all my whole goal every time I got with a company was try to make my money, survive, thrive eventually, and then just, get to the next move, whatever that move is, because it ain't personal all the time. But anyway, but I'm watching, and I see they got a couple company drivers, and then they start getting these different accounts. They send owner-operators over there first. So if you go bad, it's on owner-operator dime, not theirs, So owner-operator do that run for a minute, then they take the owner-operator off of it because they see he doing it real good. They put their company driver over there, right? So it's like, okay. So now, as an owner-operator, you understand that the business house always wins. You can't beat the house, right? So I understand that, but at the same token, we are here to make a living too at the same time. If you ain't got to work for us to make a living, you shouldn't have hired us, or we shouldn't have came on, you should have onboarded us. That's all I'm saying. But when you got company drivers, the competition, or as far as like the money go. So if work is slow, and you got a company driver here, you got owner operators there, who you gonna think go get fed first? Do you think go sit they guys, which is bring money to the house, or to sit the owner operator? So owner operator what I would say, with common sense, will be set before the company drive, because owner operators taking money from the company as well as making money from the company. But ideally, you guys know what I'm saying. So when you got like a lot of company drivers, the company got a lot of company drivers, a lot of owner operators, they kind of like veer away from it a little bit or they leave because the competition is just, it's too much. The house is going to win every time. So that's why some owner operators look for companies. If they do got company drivers, they look for some. They got very small company drivers, not a bunch of them. So, and no offense to company drivers, I'm just saying, this is the matter of fact. All right, guys, this is the last point of why owner operators leave carriers. Slow work, loss of contracts. At the end of the day, we out here to get dough, survive, eventually start thriving, or whatever. Now, I know some of you may say, well, you get your own thing. Why would you lease on the carriers? I'm just saying there's a video about leasing on the carriers. If you guys want to do your own thing, it's a whole world out there. There's other videos to watch about doing your own thing. I'm talking about why guys leave carriers, because a lot of guys do this. I got a video coming out, I don't know if it's going to be out before this one, talking about the 4 phases of truck drivers that most truck drivers go through. I'll explain this more in that video. I'm kind of torn between this, because I understand why the dispatchers or the company won't tell you that, are we super slow? Because now some companies be transparent, but some are lying. They'll lie to you. In this business, you got a lot of people that lie in this business, man. They just lie. They lie with a straight face. Oh man, I'm going down a rabbit hole. But anyway, but they won't tell you like eyes come to, hey man, are we slow right now? If so, how slow are you, man? Whatever. Or if y'all slow, give me some other options you got, instead of saying here's a dispatch. As according to the dispatchers again, I ain't touch on that point, but I'm gonna touch on it right now briefly. The dispatcher throw you some stuff. You're like, that's cool. I ain't making no money on that. Well, what you got to go with this? And they're like, oh, well, that's all we got. But they got a bunch of stuff they can look through and find some other work to piece together, but they lazy, so they only see what they got in their face. Oh, no, that's all they got. Well, I'm sorry, I ain't got that. That's all I got. Do you like? At least if you give a guy some options to choose from, he may be able to pick something out of that garbage that might work for him. And he may be able to make a profit. You get your board clear and everything else. But no, some people just, people be peopling, man. I just say that. So anyway, when a company loses a contract or loses accounts or work is just super slow, the drive owner operator may even like the company, may like the personnel, they may like the dispatcher, they may like the management, they may like the overall culture of the company, but the bottom line is about $1. You come to work to make your dollar and get out. That's it. Friendships ain't gonna pay your mortgage or your rent or whatever. In this case, I'm talking about friendships or being cool with you ain't gonna pay this truck bill when it go to the shop. So you gotta make it count while you out there. So if work is too slow, you may want to stick it out a little bit longer because you like them. And sometimes they may even communicate with you, hey man, slow right now, but we're supposed to be picking up a little bit, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah. And it just ain't picking up, and you got to make a choice. So that's another reason why owner operators leave carriers, because y'all either lost contracts or the work is just too slow. And you got to be able to make a profit to be able to sustain yourself out here in any type of business. Any business owner know that. But I've had this too, where an owner called me. Upper management called me of this company I was with. I was facing all of this. All the stuff I named on the list, I was facing every single one of them. And I got to the point where I was just so burnt out with them. I told them, I said, hey man, because you know, I did a video where you don't want to leave a company, guys, because it costs the owner operator so much money just to change companies. You don't want to leave. But sometimes, if you don't leave, your ship is on inferno. You gotta leave. So the upper management called me, hey, because you know when you put applications in for other carriers or whatever, you know, they do the reference check. They do the reference check about who you with or who you work with. So they called them while I was still working there. So the upper management called me like, hey, I see you trying to leave. What's going on? I say, hey man, I've been here a couple months, man. I've been struggling a couple months now, and I don't know what y'all got going on over there, man. But the dispatchers ain't working, man. I don't know. The planners ain't working. Something ain't working. So when y'all in and I'm not working, I can't do this. He was like, hey man, if you just stick out a little bit longer, I promise we'll get it together, man. We'll get it together. You know, I'm having a meeting with my dispatchers, my management. We all coming together to kind of rectify the situation, you know. And I was like, okay. And I felt some kind of way, you know. Upper management called me, okay, you want me to hold on? I hold on. Give me my work though. Guys, I say that lasted after the quote unquote stay. That lasted about a week. That 1 week I was running, I was like, man, this is what I'm talking about. Man, look at the work. Woo-hoo. I was like, man, this is what I'm talking about. Following week. All right, here we go. Back to the okie dokes. And that let me know right there, sometimes the middleman could be the problem too. Sometimes the middleman just the problem. They just be the problem sometimes. Like, again, you may remind them of somebody that did them wrong in grammar school or something. Who knows, man? But anyway, one more point on this video, guys. Ain't no point. I just want to mention this. I've seen this too. In this business, I've seen guys that don't even speak the language of English real good. And no offense to anybody who don't speak the language of English real good. But because they buddy is in upper management there, them guys get fed a lot. They don't even speak the language. And I'm in there speaking plain English. Hey man, what we doing? This guy coming there. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I want to add context to why I make that statement. It was this guy. His English was broken. But he got the whole basic conversation. Anyway, I was working for the same company he's working for, and one day I was in the office complaining about my 2, maybe 3 loads. This guy come in, and mind you, the 2 or 3 loads I'm complaining about is like a bunch of live loads or the middle of the city where a lot of traffic is at, was hard to get in and out. And I'm trying to tell the dispatcher, hey man, your dispatching sucks, pretty much. Come on man, work with me. I'm in there literally pleading with the dispatcher in the office about trying to get 1, maybe 2 loads. I was really talking about 3. I wasn't getting 3, I was getting 1 and 2 a day. Are we done for the day? That type of stuff, right? And so I'm in here pleading my case, like, hey man, you gotta work it out. Dispatcher's lying to my face or whatever. But anyway, I look across the room. It's like a row of dispatchers. I look across the room. This guy walks in the door with the broken English, kicking over garbage cans. Boom. You're like, all right, loads. I just hear him throwing his hands in there, talking about loads and stuff. I'm like, man, like, what's that guy problem, right? Anyway, so I seen him, I'm like, man, I got time to worry about that guy. As long as he don't bring that stuff down here, he can kick over garbage cans down there. I'm cool, man. I need to talk to you. Hey, give me some more work. That's what my whole thing was while I was in there, man. So anyway, they calmed that dude down or whatever. So anyway, some time passed, right? I ended up leaving that company. I ended up going somewhere else. And imagine, that guy never remembered me, but I knew him and his truck because we was outside. Because we both parked outside to go in. Because when I went out, I saw his truck. So I knew his truck number and I knew his truck. The angry guy called him. So I seen him at a truck stop like a year or so later. And we was talking. And he was telling me, now like, hey man, I remember you, man. You was in the office kicking over garbage cans, man. I said, man, what was that about, man? What was you mad about? Right? And imagine, I'm not a threat at this point because I work for a different carrier. Because first thing people do, if you're working for the same carrier, they gonna tell you everything. Now I'll explain that in another video. So anyway, he told me, he said in so many words, because his English was kind of broken, but I got it. He was like, man, I used to give my 6 loads. They only gave me 4 for that day. And I was upset. Pretty much. That's what he said, pretty much. I said 6 loads. Man, you guys, I was in there arguing for 1 and 2. I was stretching it with 3. He mad because he didn't get his 6. Anyway, YouTube, that's it for this video, guys. So I'm just saying, man, in this business right here, man, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, man. A lot of smoke and mirrors. But anyway, these are some of the reasons why owner-operators leave carriers. If you guys know any other reasons, leave in the comments below. Help your fellow drive out so they get some understanding before they get out here in this craziness and they realize what is going on. I was about to say something else, but I'm going to leave it there. Anyway, YouTube, hope this video is helpful. Give you a little understanding of what's going on here. I'll see you guys in the video. Peace.